So I think one of the most important metrics, and one of the metrics I'm going to be looking at, is the bridge, the amount of money that's getting bridged, the cumulative inflows and outflows and stuff like that. So there's really good Dune analytics for this actually. We can take a look here. This is perfect because it'll show you basically net money leaving or net money basically entering. And you can see here, it had a big run up to start with, and then like kind of like stayed stable, maybe like slowly down here, and then the SEC FUD happened. But what you could actually see is a lot of people were actually buying the dip, and we're gonna take a look at some other metrics here as well. See if they're on this page. I might have to find the other analytics page, but that's okay. But yeah, you could see on the day of the SEC, a lot of money left the bridge, but a lot of money was also bridged in to kind of like close that gap a little bit. But now what you've seen here is sort of it took back sort of this SEC, yeah, it took back this SEC dip here in the bridge, but I'm trying to see the bridge get to like 1 billion, 1.5 billion locked value in there, and that's plenty. Like if you were to take like 900 million more stable coins, let's just say stable coins, through the bridge and buy PulseChain, like you would do a lot, like you would increase TVL and everything, right? If you're buying PulseChain, because now PulseChain's more expensive. Now Liquid Loans has more TVL. I don't know if the DeFi Llama accounts for the PulseChain that's locked, but I believe it should. Um,
I don't think it counts validators, but it does count liquid loans.
Sweet. So yeah, and even then, like, it's not even counting validators. So if Pulse Chain, like, if let's say $900 million comes in and market buys, let's say right now, like, the validator TVL would shoot through the roof, right? Just from that inflow of money. So one of the most important things I think is watching this bridge. I'll pull up. This is perfect. So you can see here in July how many stable coins left the bridge, like a lot of stable coins left the bridge, and you can see a ton of different metrics here. Like you can see at the beginning, like there was a ton of stable coins entering, and as well as there were some other things I was looking at earlier, but I'm missing them. That's okay. But yeah, you can see this is what I wanted to showcase as well. This is if you're watching these Dune analytics, you can see when big chunks of money get bridged over. Because usually, like if someone's bridging, let's say, 10 million dollars over, let's just say they're bridging $8 million of stable coins over, uh, or something like that. Chances are they might not just hit market buy all in like one $8 million order. So if you're watching sort of this bridge inflow, you can pay attention. You can see like, holy crap, there's a lot of money coming in, and the price hasn't really moved yet. Like there's probably people in the backgrounds like making moves or wanting to make moves. So you could not front run, but basically like sort of front run if they were wanting to buy. You can basically front run their buys if that's what they're wanting to do.
Well, and just another piece that I think is interesting on this too is once you see a big amount of capital come into the bridge, like does that kick off a race between, hey, there's a bunch of money here. If I think they're going to buy, I want to front run them. I want to buy before they do because I know the price is going to go up. And it's just this like race to see who can buy the fastest and like who can get the better price before it goes up to get the profits too. Like I want to see that kick off in Pulse Chain. That's going to be exciting.
It could be like a compounding induced FOMO kind of.
I think I just
So yeah,
described
like
FOMO. Yes, bridge FOMO.
yeah, like, but it is crazy to look at them. Like if even when you even I remember looking at the price, people were trying to, or like when the price was going, just trying to get above SAC there, and it was just being like extremely volatile there. Like it went from like 50% of SAC, and it was like 60% of SAC, 70% of SAC, 80% of SAC. I know everyone was trying to get money through the bridge. I like a lot of people, that was their indication that like now is the time, like let's FOMO in. And I think even watching these analytics, like if you were to look even a couple days before, you could see there was $1.32 million of stables bridged in. That's a kind of a big number. That's pretty much been the biggest since October. So if you were looking at some of these metrics, you could see there was a lot of money coming in. Even if we're looking at December, one of the biggest deposits here was only like 700K of stable coins, 800K or like close to 800K of stable coins. So once you see here, this starts to turn around $1 million worth, you can be like, oh, okay, this is bullish, right? And then you see the next day, like, let's take a look at this almost $11 million worth of stable coins entering the bridge. This is probably not just only one entity, but this goes to show like there's $10 million entering the bridge. Like, it's time to be bullish. But yeah, if you look even recently though, like I think this is why sentiment's flipping for some people, is it looks like there's also some people bridging out like 500,000, 600,000. So what 1 million here in stable coins. But if you look at compared to the SEC dump, this is almost 10 million stables in a day. So it's like 90% less of people like trying to like take money off the chain than before. But I think I think this is sort of this is not smart money. I don't think. Even if you were to look at like some of these people bridging out here, this unless you were to perfectly able to execute your trade like at a good price and you didn't have to sit through all the depression, like if you got out for like a good price, then maybe you're happy with that. But a lot of people like they just sold the bottom on the SEC FUD, and now what? You're missed out on like 200% gains, and they're probably buying back higher.
I think the people bridging out are just chasing other opportunities and ecosystems. And that's the thing, is like if we get the FOMO bridge stuff that happened in the beginning where, there was the whole week, man, the bridge was just like, does this thing work? Well, does it work? Because it's so slow and there's so many problems. And it's like, a good problem to have for a new ecosystem for it to come in. But for people, if that happens again and you've bridged out to go chase another opportunity and you bridged out ETH or DAI or whatever it is, let's not even say you even sold PLS or anything. You didn't have exposure. You were just waiting here because you thought something was going to happen. You bridge out, try to come back in when there's FOMO. It's like, I don't know, for me, it's just bridging out is it's a risk. I mean, I guess it's a risk bridging in too, because if you get into something and the price goes down, like that's one part of it too. But bridging out, if we're primed to pump, that's where I would want to leave my money bridged in. Just personally speaking, it's like when something is primed to pump, what other ecosystem is primed more than we are?